Hello everyone, my name is Abhidulika and I am your instructor for Tableau here. Alright, so here we go with dual axis charts, and we have done a lot of charts. We did bar charts, we did line, we did scatter plots and all that. Now I'm going to show you to create a chart where you'll be seeing two different axes. So suppose if you are creating a bar chart using one axis, you'll be creating a line chart using another axis. Now what is the use of this, you ask? You'll get to see now. So okay, let's move ahead. So agenda pretty simple, like I told you, dual axis chart. Now, what is a dual axis chart does? So what you see here is you'll be seeing, oh, sorry for that, right? You'll be seeing a relationship between two different variables. Okay, so more specifically, if I want to mention, these are used for demonstrating the relationship between two or more measures with different amplitude and scale. Remember, and we are going to do some, we might create a chart, and we might just want to see, use this line chart along with this bar chart, or we usually use histograms along with line charts, right? Line charts or a density plot. Now why do we use that? To see if the data is normally distributed, and how does the now if this is one type, this is another type. Now in this, suppose if I want to see how is this how are my sales going, or how am I forecasting things, weather forecast, or even if I'm talking about sales forecasting and all that. So axis charts are definitely, dual axis charts are definitely useful over in these two cases as well. There are a lot of other cases where you can use dual axis charts, but I'm going to show you how to create one so that you have an idea. And then what you can do is you can create one by yourself. Okay. Now going to Tableau. This is the Superstore data. If you do not remember, I'll do it all over again for you. Here's the Superstore US data. You can directly download it from the sample datasets in Tableau, right? So here you see, when you download this Tableau public, when you open it, you see sample datasets over here. In this sample datasets, you will find a lot of datasets. Among them, this Superstore data is one of them, right? Now select orders and go to the sheet. I'm going to show you how do I create this dual axis chart using the data that I have. Okay, so what do I have? I'll take product subcategory. That is my dimension. I'm going to put it in the columns. I'm going to take the sales. That's a measure. Profit. That's a measure. And I'm going to put it in the rows. Now remember, you are taking measures. When you see measures here in this rows and columns, here you see they come in green. Okay, and here the dimensions, they come in blue. Remember that, right? So now you see two different charts, two different axes, but then these are two different charts, right? But I want these two charts, two different axes in one single chart. Now what do I mean by that? Do not get confused. I'll just click here. I'll go to the profit, click here, I find dual axis, and you see all of that, what that we have, the sales, the profit, you can see the cells here, they have also changed. So you can see two different axes here. Now, what is the difference? In here, when we are talking about the sales axis, you see the values are 0, 50K, 100K, 150K and all that. But here when you are seeing, the difference is 10, 10K. I don't want that, right? I want both the axes to have the same axis. I want to synchronize them. So right click on this axis and I say synchronize. So you see these are synchronized now. This is how my chart would look. What if I want to make it look much better? What do I do then? I'll probably go to the profits chart. Okay, so here you see you have all charts now in marks. This one, this table is for all the charts. What do I say? How do I say it? I mean both the charts, so sales and profits, both axis. Now, when I'm talking about only the sales, I can change the values over here. If I want to change only for profit, I can change the values over here. So here, suppose I want to change it to bar chart. This one I'll change to line chart. Okay, so this Profit, I'm changing it to line chart. And sales, I'll change it to a bar chart. Does this make sense? I'm sure it does. Right? So this is how you see me creating a dual axis chart. Now, what do you understand by that? What did we do by creating such a dual axis chart? Okay, let me just summarize this. Okay, now you learned the process of how to create a dual axis chart, but let me just summarize this. What did we do? We created a dual axis chart. We put together multiple measures and visualized the insights hidden deeper in this data. So, of course, with Tableau, you are able to create magnificent visualizations, and this is definitely a part of it. Now, again, all that you want to change the color, feel free to change the color. Okay, you can change the color as well. You can change the label, you can change the size. If you want to give label or size, that's completely up to you. Right? So we have profit, sales, and we have all. And here are the colors. You can see blue one is the profit, orange one is the sale. Here the chart is now dual axis, so that is why you are seeing the cells like this. And this is your subcategory, that is the dimension that we have used here. Now that's how you created a dual axis chart. So this is basically used, this kind of chart when you want to show the relationship between two variables. Now, what are the two variables I am trying to show relationship between? The sales and the profit. Here, I am showing the relationship between the sales and the profit. Okay. Now, sales and profit of what? Of these product subcategories. Now, suppose if I remove this product subcategory and I just gave category, product category. Right, this is how it would look. Categories are few values, so that is the reason I took product subcategories, and this definitely looks much better. Now you can do, you can explore things, you can change charts to whatever chart you want, and then you can try creating, maybe you want to try with two different lines. Right, this is how it would go. Okay, if I want to try with this is how it would go. And yeah, that is how mostly the charts would look like one day. Let's see if we can do something about this. Now always remember, suppose if you are wondering why am I not able to create a histogram, okay? So here you will have different types of chart here in Show Me, and you can see it shows you what kind of charts require what. So here we are seeing the bar chart is created using one measure, line chart is created using one measure, right? But for this histogram, it is not, what do you say, the if even if you don't need the dimension, you can still create the histogram. Right, so it depends the kind of data that you have. It is very important for you to decide what kind of data are you using to create different charts. Right, only then you can go ahead and select the kind of chart that you want. All right, so yeah, I hope this was understood. You are able to understand creating different charts. This can be a bit difficult to understand, but then remember, when you start creating it, you will, however, find it, you will understand what are we trying to create. I just showed you the way. Now I would suggest take this Superstore dataset and try creating it. Right, so use different values, different columns, different rows, and different dimensions and measures, and try creating the charts. Try to create meaningful charts, and another important tip is try writing down about them. What do you understand with that chart? Right? That is a very important thing, because you might have to explain it to your client or your manager, whatever you are creating as your visualization. Right? So that is one tip for today. Right? All the very best, everyone. See you in the next video. Happy learning.